Gigi.
Wait, sir, I'll playing the live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Generative AI Masterclass. I'm happy to welcome you all today. We're excited to have you join us for this insightful session. I would now like to introduce our trainer, Sir Piyush, who will be leading today's class. Sir Piyush, over to you.
Thank you very much, Gigi, and very, very happy to be
Welcome,
here. First,
sir.
first, can you confirm that my screen is visible? I am audible and visible both.
Your screen is not shared, sir. You're audible,
Screen,
sir. Yes, sir.
screen is not shared. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
wait then. Okay, wait. So I'm no longer the co-host. Will you make me the, yes, share, I can see it.
You're still the co-host, sir.
Yes. Can you confirm it is visible now?
Yes, sir.
And let me also set it right here. Perfect. So very, very happy to be here. Garanto, Gigi, Marilu, Shriman, thanks for inviting me and for very efficiently helping put it all together, Gigi. And thank
Yes.
you to you all for signing up for this masterclass. I am excited and happy to be with you all today and look forward to an interactive session. Yes, we have a plan, 60 minutes as I have been informed. But before we begin, a quick brief introduction about me. So, in my first avatar, that is about 25 odd years of my life, I was an industry practitioner, perhaps like most of you guys. And I would say God is kind, and I'm fortunate to have landed up some of those opportunities to man the C suite. My immediate last few engagements were all running these public listed multi-billion dollar organizations. And about 8 years ago, I kind of changed my gears, and now I operate at the intersection of academia and industry. So, with a finger on the pulse of academia and with affiliations with some of the world's top institutions, yes, include UCLA Anderson, Stanford, IIT Delhi, IIM Ahmedabad, etc. And as a part of the global AI and technology startup ecosystem, organizations and governments call upon me for insights and consulting for some of their most important AI related strategic decisions. So that's as far as the background is concerned. It is, however, these corporate trainings and academics outings bit which sees me engaging with global leaders and ignited minds like you. And therefore, I'm so excited. So excited to be able to share with you both as a practitioner and as a scholar some of the best learnings of my journey with the most exciting subject of AI. So here is wishing us a great journey together. About you all, I have a sense that most of you guys are practitioners who are seeking analytics and AI fluency, only a masterclass, not a full-fledged this time. Perhaps some of you guys are orchestrators who are looking to bridge this technical and business expertise, while some of you guys may be change agents who are committed to transforming the future. I have this sense that perhaps most of you are coming with a BFSI background. If not, could some of you guys just raise your hands and I could try and see if some of you guys are also represented from beyond the banking and financial services industry? So my impression that most of you guys may be belonging to the banking industry stands right. Perfect. So this is what we are up to do today. This is the broad flow that we're going to be following. My contention is that while data and technology are the ones dominating conversations around AI-driven digital transformation, staying relevant requires us to have an understanding of the people and the business models too, and hence the all important combination of technology, people, and business. That is what AI is all about. That is what any new technology is all about. And that is what today's masterclass is all about. This is how I have broadly structured it. Of the 60 odd minutes, my intention is to slot it across 20 minutes each. 20 minutes of a couple of slides, which I kind of quickly rush through. No need for us to be quick. If you guys would wish to stop me at any point in time, I'm very happy to answer those questions. Or after a 20-minute break, we have a 5-minute window where we could have a possible quick exchange of Any questions, comments, observations, discussions, anything anyone wishes to speak about on AI, on generative AI, on linkages to the industry in general, specifically BFSI industry. The next 15 odd minutes, I would like to run with a demo to quickly demonstrate what all we can do and what the powers of AI are, and what even simple chat, not simple, they're advanced chatbots, Chat GPT, Google Gemini, some of these platforms, what and how they could wonderfully change the world that we kind of work in. And once again, a 5-minute break followed by a 15 to 20 minutes of open house where it is open to all for any kind of question. So that's the broad structure. We will, of course, play it by the ear as we go along. So as I was saying, this is a technology business people playbook, which means technically what is feasible, business-wise what is viable, and people-wise what is desirable. So it happens in February 2023 that the popularity score of generative AI, it reaches a 100 and it remains stagnant since then. Generative AI statistics state that by the current year, yes, 2025, 10% of all data produced globally is being contributed from generative AI. There is no doubt that the future of work will be disruptive, but it need not be dystopian. So the Future of Jobs report again and again and again is showing how to empower people in a world of economic uncertainty and advancing AI. The hype around AI, yes, rising throughout 22, 23, 24 has reached a fever pitch today, and this is decoding of Google's ambitions. This was published a couple of months ago. Yes, both ambitions as also anxiety. So very clearly up there as far as the skills in demand are concerned, a quick word on what AI is, listening straight up from the experts.
What's interesting to me is we will use AI, as we have been, to specifically target tasks that we need or want done in place of ourselves. That's how AI will ultimately unfold.
It is a renaissance. It is a golden age. We are now solving problems with machine learning and artificial intelligence that were, kind of in the realm of science fiction for the last several decades.
AI is probably the most important thing humanity has ever worked on. Now, I think of it as something more profound than electricity or fire. And anytime you work with technology, you need to learn to harness the benefits and while minimize.
All right, so that's a quick Biggie's overview of what they think about it. That is my namesake Piyush, and this is from DBS Bank. Those of us from Singapore would be able to relate to him. Yes, he's just kind of walked out of the big shoes that he's been occupying for the last 10, 15 years, but loud and clear in the race to the pole position. AI is very clearly up there. Polls after polls, yes, they are voting that generative AI, it would be as big as the iPhone. So if you look at the platform shifts that have occurred over the last couple of years, last almost 5 or 6 decades, they were the mainframes, followed by the personal computing, followed by internet, followed by mobile, followed by cloud, and now AI is decisively acknowledged as the next big platform shift, which means lots more dollars are going to be flowing into this space. They already are doing. Big tech, historically, we've identified the big tech as Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, and yes, NVIDIA. The club gains a new member. NVIDIA's dominance as an AI chip maker, it has lifted it into the big tech ranks. The company hit a market capitalization initially of $1 trillion in second quarter of 2023. As we speak today, it is the most valuable company, 4 trillion plus. The only one sitting alongside is a Microsoft. Yes, Apple is still trailing at some 3 trillion plus valuation. So all in on AI. Technology giants, they're throwing their weight behind promising AI startups. They're offering computing power. They're offering funds for development, especially in the realm of generative AI. So if you are a startup raising funding right now or know of one, the data really says they should really sprinkle some AI into their pitch decks. Why? Because the AI premium is very real. So my advice to my friends who's going to soon become unicorns companies, private startups that go on to achieve a valuation of $1 billion. My advice to them is go book that .ai domain name and get all that money. Adventure Time, Accenture. Historically, we've identified them as a big accounting firm, big chips. You find these multiple AI partnerships with big tech companies. So Accenture, they've announced a plan to invest $3 billion. They've doubled their AI talent pool in the process. So as we look at it today, generative AI, it has the same why now as AI more broadly, better models, more data, more compute. The category is changing faster than what we can capture. And just as mobile unleashed new types of applications through new capabilities, think GPS, think cameras, think on-the-go connectivity, it is expected that these large models, they would motivate a new wave of generative AI applications. And just as the inflection point of mobile created a market opening for a handful of killer apps, and this is a decade ago, it is expected that killer apps will emerge for generative AI. Yes, the race is on. Given the continuous innovation in AI, DBS, yes, big ticket bank in whole of Asia, whole of Southeast Asia, they've been experimenting with AI-related technologies to improve their operations and to delight customers.
Generative AI will be a revolution. Today's everyone and the headlines are focusing on its technical limitations and on productivity gains, but tomorrow it will be a product and business model innovation. And this is why CEOs need to do four things. The first one is to generate responsible AI guidelines dedicated to generative AI. Second, it's to identify the use cases that with generative AI will become a source of competitive advantage. Third, they need to experiment and fully understand the depths of generative AI and how it will impact jobs. Based on that, they will have to redefine their operating model and their organizational blueprint. Fourth, they need to implement a new change management model that takes care of the professional identity of the employees.
Very well. All right. So that was just a deliberate pick and shovel strategy to kind of make it accessible, make it exciting. Yes, we can have a quick 2-minute, 3-minute going around the room if there are any questions, comments, observations. This is just to draw you guys in. We haven't really started as of now, but very happy to take any questions, any observations, anything, anyone. No questions. All right. So my question is, what is AI? Anyone? What are the drivers of AI? I have just tried to explain AI has taken over the world. AI is literally eating the world the same way as how software was eating the world. What are the drivers of AI? What is really driving this revolution? Before we get to generative AI and the concept at a conceptual level, at other levels, but what is AI really? What does it mean for you? What are the drivers of AI? Anyone? All right, so there are 3 drivers of AI. Yes, please.
Where you need automated systems to be involved instead of manual work. So you need an AI for that.
Very well. Thank you very much. Should I call you Maheshwari or Jayaraman?
Yeah, Mahi. Yeah. Maheshwari.
Mahi is very good. Mahi, that was a smart answer, but automation, for our information, has been around for at least the last 70, 80 years. Is there a difference between automation and AI? And I'll just drop a hint. Would you like to answer that first, Mahi? Automation and AI, is there a difference? Anyone? That's a smart answer, I must say. So post-industrial revolution, automation really came about as the early part of 20th century with automation and mass manufacturing really taking over the world. Automation follows a recipe. It is the same steps every time. AI learns the recipe. then it changes it if it finds a better way. So think of a bank in your country. The robotic process automation, it can autofill loan forms. That is automation, RPA. But AI can read the messy income documents. It can figure out the missing details. It can decide if the loan is low risk. That is AI. So automation is like a vending machine. You press a button, you get the same snack every time. AI is like a smart chef. You tell them what you want, they can taste, they can adjust, they can make it better. So yes, slightly different from automation and far, far more advanced than it. But good one. Thank you, Mahi. Thank you for participating. Yes, anybody else? What is really driving AI? We will get to what AI is, but even before we get there, we are realizing too much of AI all over the place. What are the drivers of this AI? This revolution that we said is all over the place.
The one is the accuracy.
Very
Any
well.
of that.
Vishnu.
Yeah.
Vishnu, accuracy, in fact, when we specifically talk of generative AI, is debatable. AI, which means when we talk about predictive AI or traditional AI or non-generative AI, I would agree with you, accuracy is high ticket. But they are based on deterministic models, traditional AI. But modern generative AI, the one that has taken the world by storm, is actually based on probabilistic architecture instead of a deterministic architecture. And therefore, ChatGPT or any of these chatbots, they will very clearly give a disclaimer at the bottom. If you will open just now, you will see it right in the middle of the screen, right at the bottom. ChatGPT can mistakes. Please check important information. So yes, definitely debatable on the accuracy part.
Probably in the next in medical any surgeries or something. I think in future it may be a that accuracy side it may be useful on the medical surgery side, Piyush.
Yes, Vishnu, smart answer. And I agree with you. And under no circumstances am I trying to say that AI is not useful. And it is not without reason that AI has taken the world by storm. All that I'm saying is generative AI is anything but accurate. You could get, the results could swing almost by 180 degrees and you could never be sure.
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah. All right. So coming back to the three drivers of AI and why it is important to understand them, I will quickly rush through this. I'm just first wanting to brush up the key concepts so that we're on the same page when we get there. So we, the human beings, have been on planet Earth for the last 200,000 years. As much data as has been produced in the last 200,000 years is what has been produced in the last 2 years. So there is more data. Data is all over the place. There is so much of humongous volume of data that you have. On the second level, you have cheap and more computing power. You have on-demand cloud computing now. So not only do you have more data, you also have more access to data. And the third is the code, the advanced algorithms, the algos, the sophisticated code on which it works. So it is a convergence of these algorithmic advances, this data proliferation, and these tremendous increases in computing power and storage that has propelled AI from hype to reality. All right, quick one. Tell me, what is AI? Anyone? What is AI? What do you understand by it? We hear this term so often and it's being lambasted, in every meeting, in every forum, wherever we are. AI is a word which you will not, 5 minutes will not pass before you hear the word AI from anyone under the sun. What is AI? We established AI is not automation.
So jumbled data or the complicated data can be streamlined using the text, the code identification, and then go through to make it as a simplified output. Is that
Good. Good. So that is one of the applications of AI, that it can read your documents, it can summarize them for you, it can draw insights from in there. It can mostly be a helpful assistant, perhaps, the power of 1,000 interns working for me, 1,000 very, very smart interns working for me is what could be lent to it. So smart, yes. But AI at a more, universal level or definition level is the ability of this machine to perform cognitive functions. What is cognitive? What is meant by the word cognitive? Cognitive is that which is related to the brain, right? So what is related to? What is it that we associate with human minds? We can perceive, we can learn, we can reason, we can interact with the environment, we can do problem solving, we can even exercise creativity. If all of these things are housed inside of a machine, you have AI. So AI is a branch of computer science. Technically, yes, it is a discipline. It is dedicated to creating these intelligent machines that work and react like humans. So it's a computer system's ability, and mark my words, to mimic the human behavior. Mimic. What does that word mean? Must we not forget that it is, at least as of now, as the experts agree around the world, it is not true intelligence at work. It is simulating human behavior. It is simulating human intelligence. It is mimicking human intelligence. All right. So we also hear of this term called machine learning. The two are almost used interchangeably. Anyone? What is machine learning? If this is what AI is, AI, machine learning, what is machine learning? Good. I'm sorry that we've been thrown into this masterclass and we do not have the background of one another. So I'm happy that I took this question answer route, and that enables us to make the most of this session. Otherwise, I could just have been talking at some other level and we may not have connected. Yes, machine learning. I know that some of us
Set of
understand it.
a set of patterns or the language that it's already built in, that we are using it for to complete or build a system. That is called a machine learning, which I understood.
So I can sense that you know what the answer is, and perhaps it is the articulation which is still kind of is a challenge in this case, and which is not unusual. It happens with all of us all the time. So imagine a child. Imagine a child who's been taught to identify a dog and a cat. This is day one. In all probability, the child will identify a hyena as a dog and the tiger as a cat. But once the child is provided with additional data of what a hyena is, what a tiger is, as different from what a dog and a cat is, the child can identify all the four animals and more as the child is being taught. It is exactly the same principle that machine learning works on. You give it more data, two more, hyena and tiger. Give it more data, it learns and performs better. Once again, just to give you an example, we are using machine learning today. The growth of big data is what is really driving the improvement of this AI algorithm. So in traditional programming, you had rules and data on one side, and I will be demoing it, and you wanted to look at the answer. So I'm using a calculator, 7 into 8, 7 multiplied by 8, and I get the answer. A black box tells me the answer is 56, correct every time. In this case, we providing the machine with the answers and the data, and we are wanting the machine to figure out the rules, which we will just do, all right, when we move into that direction. So this is AI, this is machine learning. What is deep learning then? Another term very, very often used. Yes, all three interchangeably. Do they refer to the same things? So AI, I have tried to establish, is the concept of creating smart, intelligent machines. Machine learning is a subset of AI that helps us build these AI-driven applications, and DL, deep learning, is a further subset of machine learning that uses vast volumes of data and complex algorithms to train a model. Okay, maybe we need to, my dear Samir, you need to be on mute. Thank you. All right, moving forward. So for a moment, my duty to very quickly also talk about this thing called generative AI, the slide that you see. Can you turn some? Yes, Samir is gone now. Thank you. So generative, what is generative AI? If this is what AI is, then what is generative AI? Anyone? So generative AI means capable of creating or innovatively producing something new. So it's the ability of an algorithm, of a model to create new content or new data from existing data. This is where it is imitating human creativity. So you could have text, you could have images, you could have video, you could have audio, you could even have code. All of these can be done with generative AI. So traditional AI, what we earlier talked about, is also called narrow AI. It is rule-based. It operates on a set of preset rules and algorithms. It focuses on doing the assigned task intelligently. Generative AI, on the other hand, is basically in the business of generating something new. All right. So if you look at all of these applications, all of these are functions. Traditional AI, it makes smart decisions based on a particular set of rules. So think voice assistants like Siri or Alexa, they run on traditional AI. OTT recommendation engines, yes, Netflix I'm talking about, Google search algorithm, YouTube, etc. All of them detecting fraud, conducting medical diagnosis, all of these. This is where predictive analysis, what you were earlier talking about, Vishnu, all of this is at work. They're all use case examples of traditional AI. But generative AI, what you read on your screen right now, this is where you have a set of algorithms capable of generating something really new, text, images, audio, and they fall under this broad category of machine learning. And here is how ChatGPT describes what it can do. Okay. So did anything in that paragraph seem off to you? Maybe not. The grammar is perfect. The tone works. The narrative flows. That's the beauty. There are who created Gen AI. There is this guy called Ian Goodfellow and his colleagues way back in June 2014. It is today being used across industries. You can, some of the challenges are in terms of pseudo image generation, security obstacles, data privacy concerns, control limitations, something called ethical issues. All right. ChatGPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, that is what GPT stands for, free chatbot that can generate answer to almost any question. There are others like DALL-E, which is a tool for AI-generated art. All right. Now, ChatGPT, while it has actually got all the headlines, it was not the first text-based machine learning model. There was OpenAI's GPT-3, there was Google's BERT. Both of them were launched to much fanfare, solid fanfare. But the next generation is what they are all about. What does it really take? It is a major undertaking to the extent that only a few well-resourced technology heavyweights can make an attempt, billions in funding from bold-faced name donors. There is Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, all of them leading, running ahead of time to try and spend all those monies and garner all those world's best computer scientists and engineers. But it's not just talent. GPT-3, this is like 2 generations before GPT-5, which has been launched last week, was trained on around 45 terabytes of data. How much is that? That is about 1 million feet of bookshelf space. Estimated cost several $1 million. How many? $200 million. Now, these aren't resources that your garden variety startup can access. So yes, difficult and challenging. The outputs indistinguishable from human generated content, easily solid A- essays. You can ask it to do anything and it can also surprise you on the creativity. Wide variety of credible writing in seconds. Writing can be made fit for purpose, technical materials, high resolution versions of medical images, and what have you. The long tail effect of these generative AI models, yes, risks inherent, yet to be seen, various kinds of and types of text models, how it works. We will not look at these technicalities, and maybe it is a good time, let me see, for us to do a demo. But before we get to a demo, we've already spent 30 minutes. Can I quickly take on any questions, comments, observations, discussions? Anyone, anything? Good time, question time.
I have a question. So there are a lot of concepts being it's being circulated there. So like generative AI, LLMs, agentic AI and AI agents. What are the differences? Actually, I'm not very sure. So where to start and where to end? So this one
Beautiful.
is like,
Mahi, I have to understand first, where are you currently? What do you currently do? Are you working
I'm
on
working as a program management. So, but still, I yet to start with the concepts on all these. But I'm just in LinkedIn and a lot of things that they are actually discussing about all these. So, but what is the starting point and what is the progress that we have to make? I mean, we don't have the roadmap on this. Like, as a person doing a basic, I mean, there should be a basic understanding followed by the similar way to path forward, right? So I'm
beautiful?
not very sure where to start and where to go through this. Thanks.
Very, very nice question. Thank you for asking that. Okay, first things first, I will answer your question. Which industry do you work in, Mahi?
Banking, bank management in IT.
IT, very good.
Mm.
Okay. So you are also technically qualified. Are you technologically savvy to a certain level?
A certain level, yes, Dino, Java, and then
Okay, good enough, solid. So generative AI is the broad capability. It creates content, like I said, text, images, code in banking that could be auto-generating customer investment summaries. LLMs, they are the brain behind much of that. So GPT is a language specialist. It can read, it can write, it can understand at scale, large language model. You mentioned agentic AI, it goes a step further. It does not just generate, it plans, it acts, it uses tools on its own. So imagine DBS Bank. AI is not only writing an email, it is also pulling real account data. It is booking a meeting, it is sending a follow-up, all without a human click. If I have to try and make it understandable or comprehensible to a person on the street, I would say generative AI is like an artist who can draw or write anything. LLMs are like the artist's language brain. It is great at words. So today I'm going to draw a cartoon which can fly, etc. This is the artist's brain, which is great at words. Agentic AI is like the artist who can also run errands. So it can paint your poster, it can print it, it can hang it on the wall without even asking me. All right? Does that provide something? Now, your question, where do I start? What is the roadmap? So you have to start small. Do not be overwhelmed by it, but you have to scale fast. So start step one, identify a pain point. So maybe, it's an insurance claim, I'm talking of a business related problem. Was your question in the context of an individual skill upgradation, or is it in terms of
yeah, it's a individual skill
uh,
upgradation as well as through in industry. What is that actually they are looking for? Is it mainly on machine learning or LLMs only, or agentic AI or AI agents or generators? I'm not very sure. So, what is this qualification that we have to have this sort of?
perfect? Very good and very good question. Very, very smart. So the first thing is from where you are and we are right now conversing, think of it as three layers. There is AI awareness. So the first basic question that you asked, what is Gen AI? What is LLM? What is agentic AI? What are the BFSI use cases? So you have to understand these concepts. This is what I call as awareness. That is step one. Then you have to get on to the second stage, and this is an orbit shift. This is hands-on skills. This is where they're talking about prompt engineering. They're talking about something called data handling, data engineering, data, efficacy, data cleanliness, tens of things to do with data. Data is the backbone. Remember, I said data is one of the three important things: data, computing power, and the sophisticated code. So this is where you need hands-on skills. You also have to look at using no code or low code AI tools. Think Copilot, think ChatGPT for customer service scripts. So these are hands-on skills. So AI awareness, hands-on skills, and then you get on to a domain and AI fusion situation. So this is where you're being in the banking, in the IT sector, you apply AI to your field. So if you were a bank and if you were in compliance at, let's say, a UOB, you will know how to use AI for regulatory document analysis. So it's not about becoming a coder. It is about becoming AI fluent in your role. So you first learn what the new technology can do, then you practice using it, and finally you figure out how to use it for your own stuff, like learning to ride a bike, then learning tricks, then using it to deliver pizza for pocket money. Now,
Thank you so much.
when I say AI awareness, so I am meaning you have to stay updated. So maybe are you from Singapore or from Malaysia?
Yeah, Singapore.
Okay, so you are from the IT sector, so you will have to figure out at an industry level. But let's say, were you from the banking sector? I would have said, go to Monetary Authority of Singapore AI guidelines, look at the case studies.
Okay.
If we are, sorry, you were saying something?
No. Yes, I said yes. Oh, sure.
Yeah. And no code tools, there is Microsoft Copilot, there is ChatGPT, there is Midjourney or Dolly if you're looking at visuals, and data handling basics you can even learn. I'm sure you're already a master at it. You could be using Excel or Google Sheets to clean and prepare small data sets for AI tools, right? And domain and AI fusion is where you have to look whether you are in a relationship manager role, whether you're in a compliance role, whether you're in a claims role, so whether it is AI for document extraction. Overall, net in a very simple way, you have to build a personal AI portfolio. You have to keep samples of workflows, of prompts, of the results that you've implemented. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good, Mahi. Thank you very much for keeping it engaging. Yes, any other questions, comments, observations, discussions, anything, anyone? No questions? All right, I'm now going to be moving on to, we have less time, so I'm going to be quickly sharing my whole screen. Has my screen sharing stopped?
Not yet, sir.
No, it has stopped, I can see. So I'm putting it on desktop now. Everything is shared now, right? So I'm closing my presentation for now. I am going to be running with this demo that I have prepared for today. And okay, even before the demo, let's do some little activity here. So I've got these numbers that you see on the screen. Anyone, what do you see on the screen? Quickly.
Random numbers.
Yes, very good. Mahi, and anybody else?
Incremented with 3.
Do you really think so? Go towards the end.
Yeah, it's okay.
It changes, right?
Changes, yes.
Very good. Thank you, Vishnu. So then what do we have? Okay, I've reduced you guys to a corner so that I can quickly have a submission done here. And let's say these were 15 of us who are in this master class. Then I can say these are the marks that this class has scored, right? Out of a 100, where the median, where the average is 69, where the highest is 99, the lowest is 33. I can also take out a median, how many above me, how many below this median, etc. Right? So very clear about this, right? Very good. Yes. So you guys have to give me the answer here. Anyone?
It's too small, actually.
Okay, I will increase it. No worries. I am looking for the answer here. Yes, people. Please tell me, what is the answer that I have here? Anyone? You can see my screen, right?
Yeah. 14,
Perfect.
36,
Perfect.
9.
How much?
9.
Yes, 9. Yes, Vishnu, you're good, man.
And then 35.
35.
35.
Very good. Okay, we now move on. So as we move on, I am now discussing the following. So what we did have here was you have, so please tell me what is the rule. If this is data set 1 and this is data set 2 and this was the rule, then I realized the answer was the following, right? In this case, I have given you once again the data set 1 and the data set 2 and the answer. Can you tell me the rule here?
Minus.
Very good. Very good. And
Division.
sorry,
Division.
just a moment. Divided. Yes.
Multiplication.
Very well. And
Plus.
very good. So do you guys, I'm sorry. Okay. So what we are discussing is that when you were provided with data set 1, this is what you guys came out with, and this is what you guys came out with here. Perfect. Very quickly going to the next set of demo. This is, and this is, so I have the following 6 customers. This is the purchase pattern that I have of them. Okay. Product. This is referring to product 1, product 2, product 3, product 4. Customer 1 purchase pattern is this. Customer 2 purchase pattern is, okay. I am now declaring the following. Customer 1 is a male, customer 2 is a female. With me till here, everyone? Are you guys with me? Yes? Yes, people?
Yeah.
Very well. Now, I am an e-commerce firm. Okay? Sorry. I am first now going to be sharing with you what customer 3's preferences are. So customer 3's preferences are buying of things in this manner. Can you tell me the gender of customer 3?
Female.
Female. Would somebody else tell me the gender of customer 4 when I have shared the buying pattern for customer 4? Yes, please.
Next is male.
Not Vishnu.
Yeah.
Somebody else has to tell me the gender of customer 4.
Sorry,
Sorry?
male.
Male for Mahi. So I hope the rest of us, even as we are not speaking for some reason, are able to see why they are female and male. Now, I'm an e-commerce firm. I'm an advisor to an e-commerce firm, which is wanting to target all males for their new range of products. And you are the advisor. What should be the product mix for this when all the people that they are targeting are going to be males? How many of product 1? Give me some random numbers here. Yes, anyone? I am putting some numbers. This e-commerce firm to which I am an advisor and which told me that they are targeting their TG is going to be all male audience. I said, please keep your product mix at 1000 of SKU 1, SKU product 2, SKU means stock keeping units, another 2000 of stock keeping units of product 3, and perhaps very minimalistic if at all, because this lady who comes in, this husband who needs to be also shopping for his wife or for his partner, for his lady partner, right? For his female partner. Do you guys get the drift? Yes? Mahi, Vishnu, rest of us?
Yeah, C5 should be actually, female, right? Because if you see the more
C5 is I am an e-commerce company which was wanting to target all males. This was declared upfront. And I needed to suggest what should be the product mix. So this is what I have come back with as a consultant. Okay, we will do this exercise again. Very good, Mahi, that we may be struggling with it. Very good. So I'm saying, Mahi, you are the consultant now for a company which is declaring that it is going to be targeting all females for its range of products. What would be your advice on the product mix that they should be talking
Yeah,
on
it
that?
should be higher amount.
So give me some random number. P1 should be
Okay, 500.
500 for P1. P2 should be
Maybe 10.
maybe a 10.
10.
You know, sometimes the husbands need
Yeah.
razors or shaving foams. Yes. P3,
Yeah, 0.
0. And P4,
And then for minimum 550. Yeah.
50. Very good. Very well. Let me see if I still have my presentation here. Let's see if I have in my presentation that part which I need. Can you guys confirm that you can still see my screen?
Yeah.
This one, I'm in the presentation one.
Yes, yes.
This one doesn't have it. Okay, so this one doesn't have it, but let me see if I can figure out another one. So give me a moment, will you? Because this one is important. We're not being able to run with the real ChatGPT thing that I was wanting to do, but I must do this one right. We have time is short. Where will I find it? Live class demo. Okay, let me see if I can find it here, what I'm looking for. Just a moment. Thank you for bearing with me. Yes, I think this one will have it. Yes. So here you go. I have to share it now again. So my dear Gigi, please confirm to me that my presentation is visible again.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Gigi?
Yes,
What
sir.
we've just tried to do here, people. Machine learning has got these purposes fundamentally. You need to know what happened when you saw that Excel sheet with 15 people scoring marks between 35 to 99. What happened? Descriptive analytics. The moment you took out some statistical averages, median, peak marks, small marks, you actually described it. That is the business of descriptive analytics. Why did it happen? Okay, let me share my entire screen. Where is it gone again? Share desktop, share. Gigi, everything is visible now?
Yes, sir.
Now, remember I said in the beginning, you had the data set, you had the rule, and you could give me the answer. This is all the business of traditional programming. Think calculators. 8 multiplied by 7 will always give me 56. It will never go wrong. This is all traditional programming here. But the moment you had the data set 1 and the data set 2 and the answers were provided and the system was able to figure out the rules, your system, your human brain is where machine learning was at play. This is how traditional programming is different from machine learning. Clear? People, yes?
Yeah.
Very well.
Yes.
This when I declared the result only on 2 rows and 4 products, 2 by 4 matrix, 2 rows and 4 for product line, and we declared the gender to be male and female. A human mind was successfully able to do the prediction for the gender for customer 3 and customer 4 only when they were trained on this small data set, 2 rows by 4 columns. they were able to successfully with 100% accuracy predict the gender of these people. This is predictive analytics at work. And this, my dear, when you were the consultant to the e-commerce company, is the business of prescriptive analytics at work. So let's get back here, and this screen will explain itself. I don't need to say nothing. Predictive analytics is what will happen. Will that be a male? Will it be a female? What should happen? If this is an e-commerce company, if TG is going to be all male, please keep your stockings right. So this is what we've tried to do. This is where prediction was a word that we had earlier spoken about earlier in the day when we were doing some discussions. It is important to understand when you're looking at HR dashboards, any other boardroom dashboards, your own departmental dashboards, you're talking descriptive analytics. It describes everything. Do minimum wages affect employment? It should be a diagnostic analysis. If you're undertaking a statistical regression of sales on TV advertising, an example of predictive analytics. How should we be doing, tinkering with our programming? What is the best optimal financial portfolio for achieving my financial goals? Prescriptive analytics, right? Chat GPT demo we haven't got into. So this is where we are. We have still good 5 or 6 minutes. I'm very happy to take questions, comments, observations, discussions, anything. Sorry, the time was too short and we had too much to cover. And other than thank you very much for the two of you, nobody really else was participating. So I still don't know if we connected with everyone at all the right levels that we needed. But very, very happy to take questions in the last 5 minutes of how and as you guys, keep them shooting.
Sorry, I have a question. So mastering AI, it is just a 1 hour class, but it's still, I wanted to understand, this covers, if we go for a proper class, what are the things it's covered in mastering AI?
Okay, so that the program team will definitely come back to you with, but typically the program that we run, and we have 2 or 3 programs currently running, we try and provide a complete comprehensive 16-hour, typically over a weekend or on the weekdays, 2 days program that we kind of currently run with. So one is a AI risk governance program, the other one is on the generative AI program that we're currently running. So the generative AI program is a program in which we, like I said, technology business people playbook. So some 3 hours are spent on technology broad overview. So we talk about AI, machine learning, deep learning, LLMs, agentic AI, a few of these 7, 8, 10 topmost terms that we try and kind of demystify for each one of us to bring us all up to the same level. This is not technology in the terms of coding. This is not technology in the terms of technical proficiency as much as it is to just make these terms accessible and bring everyone on the same platform. At a second level, we get into the business aspects of AI, which means adoption of AI, challenges for executives, challenges for leaders. What are the things that are holding back that adoption? How can it be done? And at the third level, we become aware of what are the ethical, responsible issues related to the desirability issues of AI. Where is regulation? Why is regulation important? Why AI is a double-edged sword? Why it is almost akin to an atom bomb or a nuclear bomb, all of these. And finally, the last session is where we bring it all together and we try and educate or become learners about how really to pursue various career pathways. In general, opportunities globally, as also in my respective country, Singapore, Malaysia, as they exist, what could be the best way for me to, kind of eke out my own affair right. So this is on the generative AI. A similar program we run for a specialist program on AI risk governance. So this is for professionals who are working in the risk domain. And as I said, it is very important to become aware of the negative aspects of AI. So there is efficiency, there is tremendous kind of assistance that AI can provide, including execution. But then there are tens of aspects. You're dealing with data. There are issues related to privacy. There is hallucination. There are, tens of other issues to stay on the right side of the law, how it can all get out of hand. So all of those issues we discuss in detail. Once again, we also follow a technology business people playbook, try and bring people and slightly different, reasonably different course content that we have in that category. Those are the 2 or 3 programs that we run.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Piyush, one basic question, Piyush.
please,
So,
Vishnu.
in Gen AI, when we are learning or after learning, so whether we should be mainly whether how to use the Gen AI or maybe what are the AI tools we'll be using, how to use it we'll be learning, or how to implement the AI.
Both. So
Both.
we talk about real life examples. When I said business side, we do talk about those applications of AI. We look at specific use cases. In fact, very, very specifically tailored to your country and to your industry. So not only do we understand the technology, we also master the tools. Like you said, we could not run the, it was too short a time and we wouldn't have been able to do justice. But we look at ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, we look at Google Gemini, we look at these are general purpose tools. There are also domain tools like AI powered risk analysis platforms.
Okay.
Now that's a very specific one, right? And we apply it to your role. So if you're in insurance, you're learning to prompt for claim summaries. If you're in wealth management, you're learning to generate personalized investment ideas. So it's not just learning AI. It is learning how AI works for your business and thereby for you.
Okay.
So you have to first know what the instruments are. You're trying to learn music. Then learn to play them. You first have to know a tabla from a guitar, from a sitar, from a harmonium. And then you have to learn to play a guitar, and then you have to make your own songs. So the instruments are the tools. The song is the problem that you're solving.
Okay. So which tool to be used and all those things will be learned.
Yes, in what situation?
In what situation?
Good questions. Yes, good, smart questions. Thank you. I know we've almost hit the clock. Time for us to do a quick last 1 or 2 questions, if at all.
Thank you for the interactive session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Mahi, for that comment, as also for being one of the very active members. These are opportunities for all of us to learn, me included, and I love it when people engage, when audience engages. Perfect. So on that note, Gigi, if you would allow us, we can call it off. We are done with the masterclass for today, but you guys can be in touch with the program office. They would have all the details on what all programs we're running in your respective territories as also industries. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Gigi.